What's up guys, it's Grant, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do the around the wrist transition move.
Baby, hit it.
What's up guys, it's Grant. So as I said, I'm going to be showing you guys how to do this pretty cool around the wrist transition move. I've seen this a couple times and it's actually really fun to do, just doing it over and over again. So I decided I'd show you guys how to do that today. Now, obviously, before you get into this, you need to know how to do both ways of the around the wrist. If you haven't learned that already, I have a tutorial on my channel that I will link down below. You guys can go check that out, learn how to do that first, then come back to this and learn how to do it, because obviously, again, you need to know how to do the around the wrist before you do the transition style of the around the wrist. So for those of you that already know, or if now you're just coming back to this video, let's get right into it. So what I want to do is I want to start with my hand basically at the bottom of my grip. Again, for those of you that don't have grip, it's just a little bit below the center line of your bow. So what I like to do is I kind of like to have it at my side. I'm going to let the top of the bow dip down, and I'm going to kind of just swing it out in front of me just like this. So all I'm doing really is getting that whip motion out in front of me. So as you guys learned in the around the wrist tutorial, basically we just go like that, right? But instead of just starting out from here, we're going to start out from here. So as I said, we get this little downwards motion, we bring it in front of us, and then we twist it so we're going around the wrist this way first and we catch it. So as you can see, it's going to switch to the top of my grip as where my hand is. And then basically I'm going to do something almost identical except the opposite way. So I'm going to take this end of the bow, start bringing it this side, dipping it down so it's going closer to behind my back, or I guess to the right side of my body. And once I've dipped it down and get to this spot, basically you're going to do the around the wrist the other way, just like that. And then obviously it kind of resets you back to this position, so you can kind of keep going. So you can go around the wrist in the front, around the wrist in the back, and then you can keep going back and forth, whatever speed you'd like, and it literally just keeps repeating itself over and over again. So one more time showing you guys how to do this. So again, bottom of the grip or just below the center line. I'm going to let it dip downwards, bring it out in front of me, and again, don't do it like this, then bring it out, then go around. You want to make it look as smooth as possible, so I just kind of dip it down and swing it out. So it's like just a little roll. So you see my shoulder opens up and it swings out in front of me. So I open up, go around, and then behind. So again, opening up and going around the wrist here till it's at the top. It keeps spinning the same way it was spinning as I put it behind me, and then I go around the wrist on this side. So as you can see, when I catch it here, and this side dips down, it dips down on this side of my body or on the right side. It starts going around again, and then right once you get to the around the wrist position, you go around the wrist there. So I'll kind of do it facing this way as well so you guys can see. So I just did the around the wrist in front of me, I go behind, and then I do the around the wrist. One more time slow, so I go around the wrist in front, it's going down, twisting again, and then around the wrist again. So again, as I said, you can literally do this over and over again just because of the way your hand lands on the bow after you do the move, so you can basically lead to anything. A lot of times I've seen people do moves like, say for example, they'll bring the bow behind the back, then they'll bring it out in front of them and do half of that, right? So kind of just the second half here, bring it out, and then they'll stop it and go to a strike, right? So you can really do anything you want to do. Again, like I said, this is something that I just kind of do for fun, whether it's a warm-up or whatever I'm doing, I'll just go back and forth around the wrist. I have a lot of different things I do just, randomly just to get, I guess, my arms warmed up and things like that. So this is one of them, and obviously it also looks cool too. So if you guys have any questions about it, feel free to let me know. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next Tuesday.